The news that Scots have paid an additional £750 million in tax is no surprise. Scots paid £750 million more income tax after changes, the Herald, January 8. But yet I see no improvement on the ground from this. Many smaller communities could be regenerated for £1 to £2 million. I expect a quarter of this sum would be a huge boon to an individual school. How many private enterprises could be started with some seed corn funding for sums infinitely lower than this? This also does not include the additional £12 billion that Scotland receives from the UK Union dividend, something that would disappear in an independent Scotland and would not be replaced by an equally generous independence or EU dividend either. I pay £100 a month in council tax and pay £144 a month to get to a 25-hour-a-week job on minimum wage, but yet the Scottish Government is utterly non-existent in my life and the lives of other hard-working, responsible and diligent Scots, although, given its record of assistance, we should be grateful. Take a good look around you. Do you really feel like the astronomical sums of money being spent in Nicola Sturgeon's Scotland are being spent wisely? Surely we need to start asking pertinent and searching questions about where, why and on whom these sums are being spent. David Boon, Girvan. Mary Thomas, Letters, January 8, takes me to task for not reading the Growth Commission report. Her admission, however, that there will be much work to be done to bridge the gap between Scotland's performance and potential does not inspire confidence. I take the view expressed in the report that making oil revenues central to the case for independence in 2014 was a mistake and that there is a need to balance optimism and realism. There may be no formal queue for EU admission, but 5 countries currently hold what is known as candidate status, and the last country to join, Croatia, applied for membership in 2003 and was admitted in 2013. Ms. Thomas fails to answer the question about the currency. The best that the growth report can muster is that Scotland would retain the pound for a lengthy transition period, looking to move to its own currency after 6 stringent tests have been met, including stable public finances, and certainty for businesses and residents. The report goes on to say that this will provide voters with as much certainty as possible when it comes to their pensions and mortgages. Too much vagueness and too many ifs and buts for my liking. David Miller, Mulgai. Read more. Scots estimated to have paid £750 million more in income tax following SNP tax changes. David Stubley, Letters, January 7, is pretty much on the money in his response to my letter of January 4 suggesting a more perfect union. Within the US there are fabulously wealthy states and very poor states. Matters which are of US interest. For more on this story, visit the news article link.